Have you ever just, been completely baffled by why someone does something?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, like a boss, maybe,
Yeah.
or a colleague, or even someone close to you. Why are some people just so emotional, unpredictable, while others seem weirdly calm?
Right.
What if you could get, like, a clearer view? Understand the hidden drives, the unconscious stuff
Yeah.
that makes people tick, including yourself.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. We're looking at Robert Greene's big book, The Laws of Human Nature.
Ah, yes. A beast of a book, but incredibly insightful.
It's not just about reading, is it? It feels more like unlocking something pretty crucial about navigating, well, everything, the whole social world.
Exactly. I mean, in our lives today, everything's connected, right? Understanding why people act the way they do, it's maybe the most important tool you can have. Seriously. And like you said, it's not just about watching other people. It's really a deep journey into your own awareness. Greene promises, brilliant tactics for success, self-improvement, even like self-defense and tricky social situations.
Knowing the game and knowing yourself in it.
That's it. Precisely.
Okay, before we dive deeper, just a quick reminder, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video if you're enjoying this.
Helps out a lot.
It does. This is the Deep Sea Diaries, and you can find us on the usual places, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. All the links for resources we talk about today, the book, websites, everything are down in the description.
Check those out.
And please do glance at our terms and conditions when you get a chance. Okay, let's get into it. Sit back and enjoy.
Right.
So, Robert Greene, he's this globally known expert on human behavior, power, strategy.
Yep. Author of the 48 Laws of Power and Mastery 2. Big stuff.
And he basically argues, quite boldly, that our lives' success, failure, everything hinge on our relationships. So knowing why people do what they do isn't just interesting, it's, well, paramount is the word he uses. Crucial.
Absolutely. He's like a guide for millions, isn't he? Known for taking all this ancient wisdom philosophy and boiling it down into something you can actually use. Actionable stuff.
Like a personal social strategist.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And what's really cool, I think, is how he structures this book, The Laws of Human Nature. It's dense, no doubt, but the organization is fascinating.
Oh, so?
Well, he doesn't just throw theories at you. He grounds everything in history. So each chapter starts with a story. A historical figure.
Right, I noticed that. Like Pericles or...
Pericles, yeah, for strategic thinking.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr., maybe for self-mastery. Queen Elizabeth the Sherman, great example of self-control, political savvy.
So these aren't just random stories?
Not at all. They're case studies, essentially. He uses them to set the stage for a specific human characteristic.
Okay, so the story first.
Right. Then Greene gives you his interpretation. He really picks apart the human traits being shown. After that comes the section called The Keys to Human Nature.
That sounds like the core.
It is. That's where he explains the mechanics, the how, and the why behind those traits, the psychology of it. And then, crucially, he offers ways to deal with people who show these traits. Mm-hmm. But maybe the most powerful part, he pushes you to find those same traits in yourself, to confront them.
Turning the mirror back on the reader.
Exactly. You can really see his background in classical studies here. He connects these timeless human patterns to, modern life, practical insights. It makes sense why so many people, from rappers like Jay-Z and Busta Rhymes to big CEOs, reference his work. They see the underlying dynamics he points out.
That dual focus others and self is definitely potent. One of the first big ideas he tackles is what he calls the law of irrationality. Mastering your emotional self.
Mm-hmm. Foundational.
He really hammers this point.
Mm.
The first step to becoming more rational, more strategic, is actually understanding just how irrational we fundamentally are.
Right. It's not about pretending we're robots.
No, it's about acknowledging the biases, the emotional triggers we all have.
Yeah, and this is where that idea of radical self-observation comes in. He talks about learning to watch your own emotional reactions almost like they belong to someone else.
Detachment.
Exactly. Creating that tiny bit of space between the thing that happens and how you react. So reason can step in before you just, fly off the handle.
That takes practice, I imagine.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But when you can watch your impulses without getting totally swept away, that's real power. It lets you become, as he puts it, a calmer, more strategic observer of people. Helps you avoid getting sucked into pointless emotional drama.
Yeah, freeing you from that drama, as he says. A popular Kindle highlight, actually, points it out. It teaches you detachment and self-control. I remember highlighting that too.
It resonates.
And building on that, managing those immediate reactions leads into Law 6, elevating your perspectives. I found this particularly relevant now with technology and everything.
Oh, yeah. How so?
He talks about the dangers of our short-term focus, how our attention spans seem to be shrinking, partly thanks to tech, and how that messes with our well-being.
Yeah.
We're just constantly bombarded, pushed to react instantly instead of reflecting.
That's a huge point, and it makes you ask yourself, right?
Yeah.
How are your own short-term reactions affecting your long-term plans, your goals?
Mm-hmm.
Green puts it pretty starkly. He says something like, in a complex world, our short-term tendencies pose a continual threat. And as our attention spans decrease because of technology, the threat is even greater.
Wow.
Yeah. He goes on, when we simply react to what we see and hear without a thought for future consequences, we are giving in to our animal nature, potentially destructive. There's a real wake-up call to step back, Resist the urge for that quick hit, that immediate response, and think strategically.
Think a few moves ahead.
Cultivate patience.
Yeah.
Foresight.
Yeah.
In a world that just wants you to react now.
Seeing the whole chessboard, not just the next square. So, okay, we understand our irrationality. We try to elevate perspective. What else? The book really pushes you on self-assessment too, right? Strengths, weaknesses.
Definitely. He talks a lot about identifying what he calls compulsive patterns.
Impulsive patterns.
Yeah, these ingrained habits, often unconscious, usually formed way back in childhood. They can lead to repeating the same mistakes, self-sabotage.
Oof. Sounds like tough work.
It is. Requires real honesty, working on, as he says, annihilating those weaknesses. But it's not just inward looking.
Right.
It also helps you spot issues in others. He gives you tools to sniff false fronts, especially useful today with social media and all that, and how to avoid what he calls weak characters or toxic types.
He names names, so to speak, types.
Oh, yeah. He has profiles, like the big talker, all bluster, probably hiding insecurity. The personalizer takes everything, absolutely everything personally. The pampered prince or princesses feels entitled to everything.
Huh. I think we all know a few of those.
Probably. And the point, as lots of Amazon reviewers mention, is that you start analyzing people differently, more clearly, and you learn how to deal with them better without getting caught in their webs.
So it's that self-mastery and understanding others loop again. Very practical.
Hugely practical. That's the core strength, I think.
Okay, let's talk strengths and weaknesses. The balance. Because no book is perfect, right?
Yeah.
Even a great one.
Sure.
Loads of readers, like us, found it super informative, well-researched, a brilliant edition. But some people, like one 4-star reviewer I saw, felt maybe it lacked the same sharpness as his earlier books, like 48 Laws, or that some advice felt a bit open-ended.
That's a fair critique, and it ties into something interesting. He discusses narcissism, particularly in entrepreneurs.
Oh, okay.
He explores how certain narcissistic traits in leaders can actually create instability. He argues they cannot forge a coherent structure, everything must flow through them, so the company mirrors their own internal chaos.
But wait, what about people like, say, Elon Musk? Or Steve Jobs? You could argue they might fall on that spectrum somewhere, but they built incredibly coherent, massive organizations.
Exactly. And that's the kind of question the book makes you ask. Does Green reconcile that perfectly? Maybe not explicitly.
So how do you square that circle? Is there like a good narcissism sometimes?
Well, it's less about Green giving you a neat answer and more about him giving you the framework to think it through yourself. That's where the open-ended feeling might come from for some. He doesn't just hand you a checklist.
Right, he expects you to do some work.
Yeah. For people like Musk or Jobs, maybe Green would argue their drive came from a different place. Or their, let's say, narcissistic tendencies were balanced by other laws they mastered. Maybe channeling grandiosity into huge vision or using envy as fuel for competition. He gives you the concepts, but applying them, that takes your own observation, your own thinking.
Makes you engage more deeply, I guess.
Definitely. Forces you to.
Okay, quick pause here again, folks. Hope you're finding this discussion useful. If you are, please do subscribe to the Deep Seek Diaries and give this video a like.
It really does help people find the show.
It does. And remember, you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, even Twitter now. All links we're mentioning the book, other resources, they're all waiting for you in the description below.
Click away.
So thinking about all this, who is this book really for? Who gets the most out of it?
Good question. I'd say it's for anyone who's genuinely curious about, societal awareness, self-control, the real ins and outs of the human mind, as one reviewer put it.
So seekers, deep seekers maybe.
Yeah, exactly. If you're ready to be really honest with yourself, take a hard look in the mirror, examine your own psyche, this book is gold.
Right.
But it's probably not for someone unwilling to consider their own flaws or challenge beliefs they've held for a long time. It requires introspection. It can be uncomfortable.
But ultimately liberating.
I think so. Yeah, definitely liberating if you stick with it.
Okay, let's connect this back to what other readers are saying. We looked at Amazon reviews. It's a definite hit, right?
Oh, massively. What was it? 4.6 stars out of 5 from over 16,000 ratings globally. That's huge. The overall feeling is overwhelmingly positive.
Right. And what themes kept popping up in those reviews?
A few key things. Insight comes up constantly. Like 61 reviews specifically praised how it helped them understand human nature, gave them really thought-provoking points.
Makes sense.
Readability was another big one. People called it riveting and enlightened read. Absolutely amazing to purchase, which is impressive for such a long, dense book.
Yeah, 624 pages is no joke.
Right. But it seems Green's writing style makes it accessible. People found it easy to understand, easy to read.
And the quality of the writing itself.
That got praised too. About 19 customers specifically mention writing quality. Well written, easy to read. Someone even said it felt suitable for A-level reading, which speaks to its depth, but also clarity.
And the impact. Did people feel it changed things for them?
Yeah, quite a few reviews use terms like potentially life-changing, or called it a must-have in understanding behavior.
So it seems our deep dive lines up pretty well with what thousands of other readers found. The value is clearly there.
Absolutely. The feedback just confirms it. People felt it gave them useful info, practical strategies. Someone even said they learned at least 10 new strategies. It delivers on its promise, despite the length. Like that one reviewer said, a master craftsman delivers once again.
Green really does have a knack for it. So wrapping this up then, what's the final takeaway?
Well, The Laws of Human Nature isn't just a book you read and put down. It feels more like an apprenticeship.
An apprenticeship.
Into understanding why people tick, including you. And like we said, Green doesn't give you all the answers on a plate. That open-ended advice, it's deliberate. It prompts you to do the heavy lifting, the thinking, the applying it to your own situations.
It's an ongoing process. Observation, reflection.
Constantly. And maybe that leads to a final thought for everyone listening.
Oh?
Consider this. If real self-awareness, the kind that makes you stronger, means truly facing your flaws, your ingrained patterns, how much potential is just sitting there, untapped? Potential you could unlock simply by observing your own reactions, your gut feelings, your biases, your impulses, instead of just blindly reacting to them.
Becoming a student of yourself.
Exactly. Which, in turn, makes you a much sharper, more effective student of everyone else.
A powerful thought to end on. I hope you have enjoyed today's deep dive with us here on the Deep Seek Diaries.
Hope it was useful.
Please don't forget to check out all those linked resources in the description section below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe and like buttons on your way out.
We appreciate it.
Until the next episode, goodbye.
Goodbye.